man. We buy GME to DRS our shares. To the GME community, it's been a long battle. Fudge shills, corrupt hearing. To the GME community, it's been a long battle. Fudge shills, corrupt hearings, corrupt politicians and regulators. Smoke and mirrors in a front row seat to the greatest clown show on planet Earth. Hey yo, whoops, let's get it, they ain't ready. About to open up a can on Mafia Don Kennedy. Short position heavy, you walk the edge of machete. The premiums, I bet margin is calling them already. And Jeff Yas taking the loss, Susquehanna going down to the tuna. Rick of spades and bananas, wonder how much stamina Mafia got left. Gonna bind DRS till we beat you to death. DTCC, screw the booch, big time. Jar, you something the big doodle this time. Processing the split wrong, deliver it. In the words of Wooch, couldn't deliver it. So they splitting it absent, the dividend. Way to let us know that the MOAS is imminent. So evident, overwhelming the evidence. Share swim infinity pool, as forever, man. We buy GME to DRS. Our shares is our destiny. Buy, hold, and DRS, we're golden. We buy GME to DRS. Our shares is our destiny. Bought up all the synthetic shares, they short sold them.
Yeah. Time to deliver it, hands turning straight into diamonds. They're shimmering, smile on the air, but behind scenes they're quivering. Games coming soon with the mutable and it's simmering. Yeah, and I can't wait till they release that. On the marketplace, collect the pieces like I'm B-Strat, and you know I need that. Come and spin the wheel like Kyoto. GME run the game and you know so. I'm on a rant like Marantz. The financial situation of the shorts is advanced. It's a sham, it's a mockery, a land full of gluttony. Victor in California told Jimmy Chill to suck on knees. These funds are just a gentle tease. They short the ETFs, rack up the STDs. Feels like I'm on DMT, Wooch and DMT, shout out to DFB, I be like,
we buy GME to DRS, our shares is our destiny. Buy, hold, and DRS, we're golden.
Yeah.
We buy GME to DRS, our shares is our destiny. Bought up all the synthetic shares, they short sold them.
Sold them, I hold them while it's getting swollen. Daniel W. has got the memes of the Cohen. Dave Lowry, the investors are so emboldened. Take back the power, collectors are in control. And time to get busy. Tinfoil theories, dizzy market dilly. Super stock broken down, get the word around town. Wooch and DMT up in the ears, turn it up now. And holler what now?
Swinging around, go for chucks like Kung Pao. The MOAS coming the world, be like wow. Not looking pretty for finance committee. Time to wake up, Keith, Rourke, and Kitty right now. Tried to warn media looking the other way. They like there is no war here in Ba Sing Se. I'm like, okay, don't escape Pompeii. There's a fork in history, you headed the wrong way. We buy GME to DRS. Our shares is our destiny. Buy, hold, and DRS, we're golden.
Yeah.
We buy GME to DRS. Our shares is our destiny. Bought up all the synthetic shares, they short sold them. Buy, hold, and DRS, we're golden. Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
Welcome back. It is, what is Saturday? Yeah. September 20th. Shout out to my beautiful hedge fund, my wife. It is her birthday. And we partied all night last night. And we're going to party again tonight. We're just trying to get a refresher, trying to get some wind underneath our sails. It was a rough weekend so far. I'm going to talk to you guys. We're going to talk GameStop today, actually. We got to... You know, every day you might wake up and you guys might be like, hey, GameStop, I know about it. Cool. But there's some people that don't know about it. and they're probably tired of hearing from you because you're always like, this is going to the moon. It's my favorite investment. Oh, check it out. And you try to explain it, and then it never really works. And sometimes you need to be reminded of some things. Sometimes, like I say things to myself, and I even surprise myself sometimes where I'm like, wow, look where we're at compared to, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. So I revisit the story. There's a couple of things that I learned about Ryan Cohen and GameStop. So just so that we're clear, I'm going to talk to a lot of people today, like if I don't know you, or as if I don't know, or you don't know anything about GameStop. Whenever you're thinking about a company, I was like looking at all these investments people are making, and they talk about them out loud. And they're like, hey, check out this company. So-and-so built it. So-and-so, this is and that. And they have an identity, right? Like Tesla, like Amazon. And those are identities. And you say, okay, so what the hell is GameStop? Because you couldn't tell me who founded GameStop. You couldn't tell me what's the identity of it. If anybody tells you it's a dying brick and mortar company, and it sells video games, physical video games, and no one shops there. They go out of business. I see them getting closed everywhere in America. There was once 6,000 GameStops. Now there is 2,000 plus, right? They lost more than 70% of their buildings, or however it may be. Like, this is the narrative that's pushed to a lot of people. And it's difficult for me to not remind people. It's hard to say it that way. But there are no shortcuts here. In investing, period, there are no shortcuts. And when you think about a company like GameStop, they're taking zero shortcuts. So the idea is this, okay, so I built a company, I have an identity, and here's who I am, right? Ryan Cohen, for example. And he doesn't promise you anything. He doesn't say, hey, we're going to do a short squeeze, we're going to get you returns by tomorrow. Here's how you're going to make your money back. But then everyone out here in America, everyone who invests, everyone who talks about a short squeeze via Reddit and or Wall Street Bets and Twitter and YouTube, and they would do something like this. They would go, hey man, right here, it's GameStop. If you look over here, what I just put up on the graphic. So GameStop and AMC, they're going up. Short squeeze, it's coming. And you're like, okay, like that's the condition of the mind. It's what can I get? It's possessions for the flesh, right? Like, and then people do this all the time. They walk up and go, oh, well, how much money did you make? How much you earn? Are you an earner? Are you this? And like they don't understand. You're like, what are you talking about? Well, how much money have you made? You invest money. What do you make back on it? It's like, that's not what's being done. Can you imagine? Could you imagine how it feels for like Ryan Cohen or anyone else or people who walk around and you built Chewy? It's a non-profitable. It doesn't make any profits. Chewy was an unprofitable company, and you built that, but now it's profitable, right? Now it is. Today it's scaled and it makes it. It turned out. You open up a restaurant. What do they tell you about restaurants when you open them, guys? Obviously, you got to go 3 years without making a profit, at least at a minimum, maybe even 5 years. And why? Because it's repeat business. It's not, hey, I have this product. They need to get it. It's a necessity. They're going to come here anyway. No, we should try that out. And if we like it, then we'll come back. And that's a mindset for business, just so that we're clear. If you like it, then we'll try it again. Okay. When you do that, you have to build the idea that I'm going to capture something. I need to capture the dollar that comes through the door. I loved what the Discord was saying this morning. I was reading it. It was so funny. Like, I laughed inside. They go, I went to Costco, and you're in Canada. You went to Costco, and you heard them pitch the credit card sale to everyone. And I told you guys don't listen to me. I'm the trainer for membership and marketing. I did this for over a decade, where I was able to teach people how to sell the product. Right? So what you're going to see is the culture be embodied. You're going to see that people mimic your behavior and use the verbiage that you've put out. And you can do that on scale across multiple products, across multiple things. It's not so much as a script, but more of a value proposition. Well, now think about that in investing. In investing, there's two winners, okay? In investing, there's two winners. There's you, the investor, and there's the company, right? And certainly in this channel where I talk to you guys, I always say, hey, guys, we're looking at it all. You win, I win, we win, right? This is GameStop. This is the mentality of a GameStop diamond-handed investor is there's two winners. And there should be. In business, there should be two winners. But in order to win, you got to solve a problem. Everybody knows this, and I've told you this about entrepreneurs or about GameStop and Ryan Cohen, and they solve problems, whether it be diamonds online, whether it be pet products to your door, and then of course the video game problem right now, digital versus physical and or collectibles. Here's the problem. They're called market differentiators, right? So if I want to be different than the market, I want to set myself apart. I want to give myself what we call well, in this case, like if we're Elon Musk, you go, well, they're giving a premium. Warren Buffett, he's giving a premium. No one's giving one to GameStop and Ryan Cohen when he's solving problems. I know there was an upgrade this morning. I read it. It said it's a soft hold. I don't know what the hell that means. It's a hold. How is GameStop a hold at $26.08? Yet it was a sell at $21 and $22 just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. But now it's a hold at 26. Okay, tell me when it was a buy, because you never told me to buy. How can it be a hold if you never told me to buy it? Maybe it was a buy at 22, 23, 24 as it was going up throughout the day. Now it's a hold at 26. This is why I don't trust Wall Street, because it doesn't give it to me the way I want it. They don't explain it to me that way. So if you're with me and you understand that nothing's going to come like instantly, right? There's no shortcuts here. You got to grind this out. These investments, this business model that is GameStop, they solved the problem. The differentiator, it would be that PSA partnership. When you think about GameStop, PSA, how it came about, how it manufactured, it was all organic. And you look at it and you go, okay, wait a minute. There's collectibles. I can buy collectibles and I can get them graded. There's one thing, right? Now we solved the service problem. But what did Ryan do? Ryan amplified what he's great at, right? Your greatest gifts in life. This might be biblical at times when you guys hear this, but we're all created equal, yes, but God gives us these gifts inside of us, and whether we choose to amplify them, whatever you're good at, what you should focus on. Hell, Marantz, you're a great debater. Marantz, you're a great speaker. Marantz, you're a great salesman. Marantz, you're this. Yeah, but you know what? I really like playing video games. I can't get paid to play video games. I'm not going to make a difference playing video games, but I'm here. I'm here right in front of you. So maybe I'm going to lean into what I do best. And that's exactly what I see in GameStop. Leaning into what Ryan Cohen does best, our new identity, our new leader as a company goes. And you say, well, wait a minute, this new leader is way different than other leaders. What makes him so different? Well, one, he builds websites like Chewy.com, like what GameStop's doing with PowerPacks.com, and that digital experience in a physical world. It changes your life, that website. When you touch it, when you play with it, you're like, this is an idea that can go beyond what you see, because these are physical assets. These are assets that you're collecting. It's not just I'm opening up a pack of cards and I'm going to throw away the cardboard tomorrow. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. No, it doesn't work that way. You have some assets because you have cards that you got graded. And guess what? My roof caved in. I had a flood in my AC unit. The roof caved in. It washed out my computer, washed out my speaker. I had to get new speakers, computers, lighting. I had to get new everything. Flooded my whole house. But you know what it didn't flood? My graded collectibles that are in the PSA vault right now. I was so happy. Well, it flooded my whole studio, whatever. Not my house, but my studio. So I was happy with that. And maybe some stuff in the shelf that's higher up. But you guys understand where I'm coming from. Wow, my camera just got blurry. The hell just happened? Hey, how you doing? That's wild. Did you see my camera just change right now? If I want to be blurry, I got to go small. No. I don't know what's going on here. Hey, how you doing? Hey, camera. Do you see me? Oh, it's better. Okay, there we go. I don't know. So what I'm telling you is this. I actually named the stream, and I named it Anti-Fragile. Okay? Thank you so much. GameStop stands for gaining more equity. Brick by brick, thank you for everything. Yeah, sure. Listen, guys. I say anti-fragile because people be like, oh, look at that balance sheet. It's so strong. Right? Oh, it's so weak. And I was listening and I was hearing some speeches, some public speaking, and I had heard this term where they said, well, it's anti-fragile. It actually gets stronger what it goes through. But just because you're strong doesn't mean you can withstand, you're strong. You can take it, boom. But are you getting stronger? This thing's different. This thing morphs. Think about it. As an owner of a company, you're an owner. You own shares. What's changed? GameStop used to be worth $1 billion cash plus some book. The book was $4 a share. Hear me out for a second, okay, guys? The book percentage on GameStop was $4 a share, and it was trading at 11. It was trading at 15. It was trading at 20. It was trading around 5 times book. It was. For 3 years, it traded at that valuation. 5 times book. And you were like, wait a minute, it's a $20 share. It's a $25 share. It's a $30 share. It was trading 5 to 6 to 7 times book. Once it traded at 10 times book. As it's gotten better, as it's evolved, as it's not weak, it's not fragile, it's getting stronger, it now trades at 2 times book. Even less. That's not normal, guys. That's suppression. The suppression that the company has grown infinitely more. You've had investors fly in. GameStop's institutionally held. Around 40% of the stock is held by institutions. Just so that we're clear, that's not a lot because the people own it, right? Okay, good. Well, there's companies like Tesla. 48? What does Tesla institution own? 48? 50? Not even that. I think it's 48. That's not a lot. We're right there with you. We're 39 to 40. They're 48 to 50. We're 10% away. They're going to increase the percentages, believe it or not. Because once you get into the S&P 500, everyone gets an allotment on what you own. There's a lot to look forward to in this investment as we get ready for this new warrant that's going to be issued that nobody can tell you what it means. Nobody can tell you what's going to be the outcome of it. Don't let them tell you, hey, it's going to force shorts to close. And I'm not playing those games. I'm not here for that. I'm here to tell you that I want to see it all play out. But I'm going to enjoy it for sure. Thanks for the GameStop of the market education, but massive thanks for the Charlie Kirk vids. Oh, Fox, I was trying to avoid the Charlie Kirk videos today. It's been my identity for like 2 weeks now, and I can't stay quiet about it. You know that, guys. If you guys watch me and you guys know the way I work, I did recently see the video of Destiny explaining how he was going to commit murder with his followers, and I don't understand why this administration and or the FBI, they're not investigating Hunter Kozak, the guy who was asking the question at the rally. He doesn't cry. He makes faces in interviews, but he doesn't cry. He's not sad. He's not traumatized. No, not by the slightest. He actually is producing content more than ever after going through something like that. And his brand, his buddy's brand, and his other buddy's brand, they've all expanded. All they are is a bunch of Democrat YouTubers that radicalize people to do violence on their behalf. And they're funded, and they're viewed, and this is exactly, and hey, allegedly, let me say that very clearly, allegedly, that's what's happening. And as I look at it, as I piece it together, it's disgusting. Hunter Kozak, I'll gladly interview you here on the show, and I'm going to ask you one question. Why did you need to raise funds to go ahead and attend a rally that's at the school you attend and where your wife lives already? What do you need money for? Who are you paying for? What were you guys doing? Other than harassing, filming. Oh, you have your own film. I know it. All of you have your own filming of that event. And the benefactors of that event are Unfuck USA. It is Destiny. It is Pandering Politics. And it's yourself as well, Hunter, on your platform. So you guys are all getting more views. You guys are all getting more clicks. You guys are actually going to campuses and doing what Charlie was doing, but you're doing it for the Democratic side, and you're not nearly as gifted. But lean more into who you are, the fakes that you are. And I'll never let it go, and I'll keep exposing it, because over time you will show your cards. Over time you will expose who you are. But there is no doubt that there was a cabal of people at that event for Charlie Kirk that expected the outcome, because the reactions are not organic. The reactions are not what I would do. I promise you. And I'm just saying it. It's mapped out that way. The fact that this gunman on the top of a roof could escape and no one capture him and no one see him and no one follow him. There's just not, and he runs with a towel and a weapon and nobody explains it. Like, you don't understand what this means to me. The situational awareness that everyone lacked and or the patsy, I did it. I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to happen this way. I was just asking a question. No, I saw the video where you said, fund me. We're going to get there. Me and my buddies are going to harass him. We're going to confront him. Trump's a fucking fascist. I saw all of that. And I can't unsee it. And because you speak that way, the rhetoric you push and the stance you have online, you definitely promote the violence that just happened. You guys antagonized another man, and it was open season on him. And it's not fair to him or his family. But that's the truth about what happened with Charlie Kirk. And those guys are going to get what they deserve eventually, not in this lifetime, but maybe the next. Definitely the next. And that's not a threat. That's just a belief. A belief from me. You guys don't have those stances, so it doesn't matter. Back to the chat, back to the channel. Sorry. And when you uncover shit like this, when you guys are cruising Discords and you find them, you find Discord messages and you find videos that say the otherwise, it scares you to your core. It shocks you because these kids are dying to be somebody. They're dying to have this interaction or that following. Charlie had 100 million followers on all platforms combined, billions and billions of views, and he did it with virtue. He did it with the message of Christ is King. That's it. Love your family, honor thy wife, respect thy neighbor, all the good stuff. And you would be like, okay, he's just doing it by being a human. But you don't think that Charlie was being flipped with private equity money at his table? You know what? It almost reminds me of GameStop. So the similarities between what's going on with Charlie Kirk at the beginning of it and his grassroots movement, it's just like GameStop, guys. I mean, I'm going to tell you, it's the reaction to it, right? Can I give this example? Like, as a company, your reaction to the short squeeze, your reaction to the halt, your reaction to AMC and chasing Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC, Unity Software, you have Wolf Speed, whatever the hell they are. The next thing, it's always the next thing. You're just chasing it because you experienced something that was so crazy in 2021, and maybe you missed out on it or you didn't. But it's no different than COVID, right? It's like, hey, COVID happened to us, but what was our reaction to COVID? That was worse than what actually happened. And that's the point. The point is, what is your reaction to all of this? What's your reaction to the market being manipulated and companies being, right now, like GameStop, they have a balance sheet, they have an income statement that's impossible to defend against short sellers saying that they have a short position on GameStop. There is no way. And I know every stock can be short. People have short positions because they play short-term moves, whatever it may be. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have no one covering the stock. You don't have one bank, one financial institution. Nobody's willing to talk about it. And because it's the unseen thing until what? Until you expose it, until there's a new term, until there's a new time. Well, that was COVID. Now it's like, hey, you know what? But think about it. Think about how you have been alienized and segregated from the rest of the internet, myself included, right here, me. You are me, I am you. Let me tell you guys something. I'm in a box, I'm in a room every day making video, talking about GameStop, how great it is, what they're doing as a company, fundamentally, how it's different, how it's not valued correctly, doing all of this every day. And then people will call you a liar. They will attack you. They will make you, they'll marginalize you. They will do everything they can. Take away your income, take away your stance, take away your platform. They'll do anything they can to destroy you because you said, I don't want to take a vaccine. Because I don't believe COVID is coming from this and that. You know what? I think you guys are going to try to use it as for reasons to violate our civil rights and or to get us fired from our jobs or to get us, taken off of flights and people that refuse to wear masks or keep your business closed or shut down the country or just go ahead and normalize the fact that people can get free money. We get to print it out. And now we have a stock market that's so fucking top heavy, $6 trillion. But hey, it was just because you didn't follow suit. That is so many parallels for me as a content creator and believing in GameStop that I now believe a crazy position, right? They go, oh, this guy's just a lunatic. He's a conspiracy theorist. No, I just see through the bullshit. I don't see it through your rose-colored lenses anymore. Everybody will walk up and be like, well, how much money are you going to make? No. It's not about the money. Ryan Cohen gets paid $0. An entrepreneur building a business, and when you build something, you take losses. You take losses. The first 7 years, you might live paycheck to paycheck and not know how you're going to clear. And in that hustle, in that pressure environment, you'll produce diamonds. You'll produce a winner because people adapt. People will do things that they normally wouldn't do because you had the luxuries of having a $10 billion sheet. Oh, I've got $10 billion cash. I don't have to worry about anything. Those people operate differently. But when you're sitting there with your back against the wall, with the stock price down to $4 billion worth of market cap, and you're losing $500 million a year, and you tried an NFT marketplace that failed and you didn't make any money out of it, it starts looking looking grim over here. And people start writing you off, and people start giving you different narratives. But the pressure of having to perform, the pressure of doing things differently, that's the difference. This is the outcome. The outcome is GameStop's sheet right now. It's crazy. It's the best company running in America right now for the dollar, value dollar for dollar. And people want to, come at me on that. Let's go to it. Let's go to GameStop really quick. Let's go ahead and look at this sheet. And I want you guys to look at something, okay? I want you guys to look right here at this, right? We'll go here. So you see this? 20 enterprise value, 20, 1.9 to sales, EBITDA, 51 is the highest, right? But doesn't matter. FCF, 15 ratio. If I go up here, even better, you have free cash ratio of a P ratio to it is going to be 24.4. Or 24. You're going to have price to book ratio of 2.26. You're going to have forward sales 3 and price to sales 3. Forward PE 33 and on a 34 PE ratio. That's GameStop. Are you kidding? And a world that's overvalued, a world that's over-leveraged, this is GameStop's sheet right here. Look at these numbers, guys. Single digits, the highest number on there is a 34. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Tesla, right? Hey, a premium because you are Elon Musk, right? No premium given to GameStop, but it's okay. Their FCF ratio is 249. 249 years is what it would take for you to get back your free cash flow. 249 years, 243, 121. 15 times sales, 236 on earnings, 236 quarters, okay? And I know I said years, but I meant quarters. So 236 quarters. Hey, I could go up here. You show me your ratio. You show me one that's in the single digits here. I got a free cash flow ratio of what? 253. I got a price to book 17 times book. Price to sales 14x. P ratio 254. 254. And this is something to buy. Or maybe we should do Palantir. Maybe we should just get outrageous with our evals. Here we go. 270, 249, 749, 714, 559 years before you get your money back. 566. Price to book is going to be traded 72 times book. Forward PE ratios are going to be 246 allegedly. Price to sales is 122. 122x sales. These are the premiums. This is the market. If you guys don't find this outrageous, I wouldn't care. They're like, oh, Tesla's going to 3,000. Just pick a number. That's a $6 trillion market cap. Where the hell are you getting that? This is the world you're invested in. And I'm in this little company called GameStop where the 1. 1. Look at this. 2, 3. Profit margin of 9%, by the way. Profit margin of 9%. Do you guys know the GameStop look at this number, okay? I want you to see it. Profits per employee, $60,000. Revenue per employee, $641. $641,000. But $60,000 profits per employee? $60,000. This is why you scale. This is why you grow. Go ahead and look at Best Buy. They always want to compare you to Best Buy, right? Look at how many dollars Best Buy makes per employee. Profits, I'm so sorry. $9,000. GameStop's making 700% more than the normal company does per employee, revenue per employee, profit per employee. But this is a company that's tapped out. This is a company that doesn't have it. Institutionally held by everybody. They're just holding on to fat things. You can't buy into it. No one wants to. They want to buy this overextended, investments. I was trying to not get too caught up on that Charlie Kirk stuff. But while we're here, let's hear what Charlie has to say in his last interview that he ever did about the economy.
I think rates are going to go down. I was talking to a major multi-trillion-dollar fund manager the other day, and he says their data shows the American economy is a lot better than even the Fed thinks it is. So I happen to be a very optimistic person. I think that there is probably going to be a market correction at some point. I think that publicly traded securities are vastly overvalued, largely because money doesn't know where to go right now. So it just keeps on going into these high, insane multiply, the same 6 companies, and NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, that just keep on there. But the actual brass tacks, consumer sentiment is actually okay. Consumer spending is remaining strong. If there were some pitfalls of where the economy is, housing remains to be a big problem. However, shelter inflation hasn't gone up too much since January. But the last thing I'll say is this, is the more I spend in the economy, both as an analyst and actually as a participant, the more I realize that so much of this is psychological, that if people believe things will be better, they will be better. You guys are the top, the biggest one-to-one correlation to that statement that I could imagine.
I agree with you.
There you go. From the great Charlie Kirk. Wise words. Yeah, I see a correction coming for the market. I see these companies that are overextended, plenty of them. But I also think that GameStop separates itself with a couple of, I called it market differentiators, right? Like, you literally are different than the rest of the market. You have a digital footprint in a physical world. You have leadership that is now embodied what GameStop is. They're not beholden to a dollar, to a private equity dollar, to influence. They're just GameStop, and they get to do it a different way. Orion's out here saying he's not going to take a profit of any kind, and they're not going to put any leader into this company. They're not going to do anything. They're going to make their money back based off of what they put into it, and he puts in $10 million every 2 years. It was his own money. How the hell does he have money if he's not getting paid for GameStop himself? It's because you have to protect what is you and what is yours. I totally understand what Ryan's doing. Ryan Cohen is the identity of GameStop, and so are you. We are different. We are very different. We are very different than other investments. And when people figure it out, they'll come along. They'll figure it out. They'll go, "Hey, man, how'd you know?" Well, think about this. In 2001, 2021, 2022, 23, 24, and 25, GameStop was building grit. They were getting experience in a world that no one wanted to give them credit to. We actually made our own footprint in the collectibles world out of thin air. Collectibles growth, guys, are you kidding? We developed a product that doesn't exist. Get your cards graded in person right there on the spot. Bring them in, drop them off, and go home. We'll get them back to you. This is something that never existed. And when you're trying to put value on existing products and increases, and I had to hear Jeremy's dumbass video right now, and I'll speak clearly about this because I'm not trying to sell you a $100 wallet in classes in my investment in my website. Oh, it's just too much for me. The bookshelf in the back and the polished everything. I knew it. I knew it from watching, and I feel this way. You call my bullshit detector later, okay, guys? I've been right about a lot of things in life. I know what I'm looking at. And I call bullshit when you say, "Well, they're just a retail company. This is not where they're at." No. You understand. They can do retail different. They can do retail more. They can do retail better. People probably thought Amazon just a book company. Netflix, just a movie delivery company. There's a lot of companies that pivot yet expand on the other idea. Can I give you an example just for everyone out there? Me. I think about the growth all the time. I think about the transition, the pivot of what I do, and it has a lot to do with finding who you are and building off that. But I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. And now I can do it. And you might liquidate, your whole portfolio. You might take a second out on your house. You might take your 401k and liquidate that too and cash it out. But you know what that is? That's just somebody betting on themselves. That's just somebody who actually doubles down on their idea. I can't even tell you how many people built companies off of risk and had to and have to, right? Like, I have to do this. I have to make this happen. I have to. And I'm just like, okay, well, guess what? That makes me want to do more research. That makes me want to do the next video. Find out my next message, the way I want to push it, the way I want to talk about it, the way I want it to be received. I have to get better. I have to make these minute changes to the screen. I have to show the text when we're doing a live stream, when the market's up. I have to show the ticker on the screen. I have to have lighting. I have to have everything. I have to have the microphone. I have to have the presentation. I've got to change. I've got to have a willingness to do the job and be a better person while I do it. And I'm coming to grips with that a lot, but this is how you build brick by brick. This is how you keep growing. So if I can embody it myself with what I want to do in life, well, then so can Ryan, and so can GameStop, and so can you. It's Saturday, guys. It's my wife's birthday. I don't have to be here in front of you. I just had a message in my heart. I was sitting there and I was just, I listened and I learned and I listened and I learned. And I'm in survival mode. I'm in full survival mode right now. And it's the most liberating thing ever. Not knowing, what am I going to do next month? What am I going to do next week? Oh, I'm going to pay attention to the warrants. I'm going to see the reaction of the market on that. I'm going to get educated on the next step. I'm going to get educated on the next item. We have a handheld Xbox blah, blah, blah coming out on the 14th. We've got Call of Duty coming out in November. Why is that significant? Well, because Call of Duty came out in Q3 last year at the end of October, not in November. So the dollars are actually going to get attributed over to Q4 instead of Q3. We have to remember things like this, cycles of 13 weeks versus 12 weeks. We have to remember things like this. When you're an investor and you're trying to figure out how and why, you've got to be open to receive that information from all avenues. That's why I talk to you guys. That's why I have a Discord. That's why we have, Twitter and TikTok, and I'm not quiet. You guys have full access to me, man. There's not another YouTuber in America that can relate to his crowd more than what we do here. And I'm 100%. So transparent. There's guys out here like Tone. They do videos. Little music come in, little screen opener. Hi, guys. Here, and make up your own narrative. Like your own argument. You guys want to know about exercising early? Yeah. This is what it's not going to happen. It's like nobody said shit about that, Tony. Nobody said anything about what you're ever drumming up yourself. Nobody. Hi, my name is Marantz Rantz. I'm one of like 2 YouTube channels in America for GameStop. Literally, there's nobody else. So me, Carter's Corner Pocket, Dynamite _41 when he's not traveling. What is it? What the hell are you talking about? You don't speak for me. You don't speak to me, but you bring up ideas to try to confuse people about why they should invest, why they want to invest. You're not even a GameStop investor. So why are you talking about it? You're not an apologizer for it either. I have yet to see you come out and say, I was wrong. Hey, this is what he says. I hate to be wrong. That's what he said in his stream. He hates to be wrong. Okay, I'm waiting for you to say you were wrong about GameStop. You want me to watch you? You want me to say, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about? Good. Then admit you were wrong. I want the whole world. I want every single person, because I keep tally marks. I keep chats. I have a damn elephant memory. I want to know when they all line up and say they were wrong about GameStop. You could be right about me as a person. You could be right about whatever the hell my upbringing is or the conflicts in my life. I don't care about me. I don't care what you have to say about it. It doesn't affect me in any way. Attack my character, attack who I am. That's all bullshit. That's all deflection. Tell me you were wrong about something and admit it. Because I know what we're right about. I know what this investment is. And now, I'm bullish. My leg itches. Anyway, I tell you, I had got a message from someone, and they were like, "Happy birthday to the wife." You ain't lying, bro. Thank you so much. And yeah, she's doing awesome. We went out last night. I'm trying to make it. Jonathan says, "Bro, I've been on survival mode for years. You know, it might take that long. It might take you a decade. It might take you 2 decades. It might take you a lifetime. But hopefully your seeds will push through where you didn't." That's why I told you guys that the stance I have about the YouTube channel, about us, and nobody understands. They're like, "What are you talking about? You're gonna go for it?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go every day. I'm just gonna keep making videos and keep talking and keep going until, 10 years of growth. Let me know what 10 years of growth does." And then on that 11th year, and you finally pop, right? It's the law of averages. It's like it takes you so hard to go from 0 to 10,000, but to go from 10,000 to 100,000, it's easier. And to go from 100,000 to 1,000,000, it's even easier. And to go from 1,000,000 to 2,000,000, it's easier. And so when I think about the channel and the growth, right, with you guys, because we've been doing this together for years. Yeah, it'll open one day. It'll flood. It'll go crazy. I get it. I got you. Okay, we're good. Stop thinking about me. Stop thinking about this. Start thinking about GameStop. You went 4 years in this investment. They had $1 billion cash, and they lost money forever. You're now at the next quarter right now, and they now have $11 billion coming to their plate. They now have, I mean, what are their profits? Like $500 million, right? Yeah, that's right now. 10 years from now? 10 years from now, 10 billion could be 100 billion. And the $500 million profits could be 40 billion or 20 billion a year. Everyone's going to be, well, they can't do that with retail, Marantz. No. I don't care what you say. I'm not here to tell you why or how. No, I'm letting you know when it happens. When it happens. There might be a huge correction and somebody needs a helping hand. I had called my previous employer. I had called them villains, respectfully. Because in business, we had opened up a store across the street from a Sam's Club. And we didn't make a single dollar of profit for 5 years. We took losses, personnel. There's nothing we could do. There's no way. You're fighting a losing battle. But out of principle, we lowered our prices to match. We made sure that no one could beat us. I mean, we were willing to take the loss for 10 more years. But they weren't. So they closed it up, shut it down, and opened up the floors and decor. We win. It's just 5 years. 15 years later, doubled in size. The whole company, in a span of 20 years, has doubled in size. The value's been 10x, don't get me wrong. The value has gone up 10x while the company doubled in size one time. Hello, everyone. Happy birthday to your wife, Marantz. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate that. Crazy. Doesn't feel like 4 years. It shouldn't. You're free of the golden handcuffs now, dude, when one door closes. PH, let me tell you. It's something you don't understand until it happens to you, right? Until you see it. But one of my buddies did it. One of my buddies left, and he took $500,000 that he had in his accounts, and he sold off enough shares to get a down payment on another rental property, and he started buying homes. He started flipping homes, managing homes, and buying homes. Hey, right now with these high interest rates, everything, right? He doesn't care. I go, what the hell are you doing? He goes, let me tell you. It's like, I've had all this money. I worked 25 years. I had all this money saved up. He's like, what am I going to do with it? Nothing. It's not working for me. Being in a 401k, I got to go get it. This dude is a real estate mogul. Just going around. Hey, he wakes up when he wants. He goes to bed when he wants. He eats when he wants. He vacations when he wants. But he put his money to work, and it worked out for him. He took a risk. He got out of his comfort zone. He's enjoying his kid's life. He's doing everything that he always wanted to do. And I was just like, yo, the freedom. It's scary. And then my wife, she came up to me and she goes, remember when I didn't have my job last year and you were like, what are we going to do? And I was like, yeah, I was like that, but I was still saying, I got you. She's like, okay, I got you. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Mama got me. I got myself. I just gotta get it. You guys were probably worried about me the other day. It was yesterday, right? My life really changed yesterday, for the moment. And then I prayed on it, literally prayed on it. Got some clarity out of it. Had a Red Bull vodka out of it. Out of celebration for my wife's birthday, not because of it. And I woke up today and I said, I got to do this live stream. Sometimes it's not going to work out. Sometimes you're not going to get the outcome, the desired outcome. But you just got to be more of who you are. And a little bit more Jesus in your life. And I think you'll be okay. My honest opinion. There's people that are very strong for movements. There's people that are very strong for positions. Like somebody like Ryan Cohen. Ryan Cohen tweeting and bullshitting on the internet, that might not be very appealing, and that might not make a difference for GameStop as a company. But Ryan Cohen going to his company and saying, I'll be the CEO, I will be the chairman of the board, and I will redesign, I will help, we will implement this change, we will do these partnerships, we'll renegotiate every lease and deal. That's your calling, that's your business, that's your strong stuff, right? Everybody said to me the other day, Marantz, I think you should go work for GameStop. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't think I should work for GameStop. I think I do more for GameStop here. I think I do more for GameStop when I'm walking the streets and talking to people. Nothing could separate and or replace the grassroots movement of talking to people, interacting that face to face. The hey, this is GameStop. This is AJ's birthday. This is the beach. This is Pokemon cards. These are PSA graded cards. This is how you check the value. Here's how you do that. Just being a foot soldier for what it is, right? I don't want to tell you people should get into politics, but you got to give strength to things, right? Charlie was going to be the next president. Maybe so. Maybe he would have been a great president 20 years from now. Maybe Erica Kirk will be the first woman president 20 years from now. Not today, but maybe in 20 years, and I get it. But maybe their calling is stronger outside the box. Maybe Tucker Carlson is stronger outside the box. He doesn't have to go run for it, right? Candace doesn't have to run for it. Certain people could have influence for things, and they don't have to be in the box. Hi, I'm the guy that made my own box. I'm on the outside, and I'm not going in there. I'm out here doing what I can, being the foot soldier I can for something that I believe in. And I'll die on those words. And people don't realize what I'm talking about because they see GameStop as an investment for some. It's an investment for some of you guys. And for some of you guys that want the spoils of the flesh. That's all it is. That's all it is to you. To me, it's a whole mechanism. It's a teaching. It's an embodiment. You guys don't think that way because you guys don't understand all the money you've saved. By investing this whole lifetime, you've always been told you got to invest. You got to invest. Well, guess what, kids? Hello, boys and girls. This is the investment. This is the life of it. It might go up. It might go down. It might be tough. It might not. But the fruits of it, the fruits are the education. It might just be the journey. And you're here. And then they dismiss you. They call it a cult. Dan Olson, this is just like a religion to these guys. No, we're doing what you want us to do. We're educating ourselves. We're living within our means. We're not overextending. Are these not biblical times? Is this not a biblical explanation for you? How are you going to survive? And then you remember all the crimes of humanity against you. And it might come from your own family. It might come from people that you once trusted and you partnered up with and you guys were doing things together. It might come from outside sources, like private equity. And I'm sure there's a scripture there that could reflect onto our battle here. But you know what, guys? I'm not educated on the scriptures. I'm not a fake. I'm not a phony. I'm not a preacher. I'm just me. GameStop's the greatest investment in the world. It's extremely undervalued. And people don't have an idea of what it is. And in the words of my wife and in the words of God who speaks to me at times in my heart, I say this: you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So whether that's career, whether that's YouTube, whether that's investments, whether that's life and marriage and you name it, man, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. That's my Saturday video, guys. It's only 1 hour. I know you if somebody watches this video and they're going to think different, they're going to be like, these guys are radical, these guys are crazy, whatever you guys want to do, dismissive. You can do all the INGs, right? You can, we're just going to, if that's you, marginalizing, antagonizing, criticizing, I'm okay. I'm okay with you not understanding who we are, and what this is. I'm okay with it. But I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to do it again. Without your permission. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I really love you guys. Once again, I appreciate you guys. And if you guys ever want to hang out with me, you know where to find me. We're on Discord. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're everywhere you want to be. We're GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I will see you soon, millionaires. Peace. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I got my second wind right there. I got energized. Little Kanye in my life. He picks me up. I get it going. I turn around my hat. I'm a Charlie Kirk fan till the end. If you don't know the hat, this is Charlie Kirk's hat. It's that angel hat. You know what it is, guys. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. We're going to go ahead and go over the actual, we can do TA. We can do it. I don't really call it TA, but we can look at the charts, right? We can go through it. It's 2608 right now. GameStop holding past its 200-day moving average of 25.91. I told you, if we get above 25.91, we're winners. We're going to hold this through all the way through because we are now curving the 50-day. That's the green line right here. The 50-day is actually curving back up. We're going to have this golden cross, and we take off out of this zone. You might get a downward, sideways going thing right here coming through, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So right here, you can peek out off of this trend at the top right here. This could be right here for this movement here on this Dorito. Now, you see the Dorito? We don't know if this is the top, but having 4 days of consolidation sideways after 25, that would be a roundabout top, come back down, test the 50-day, bounce off of it out of this zone, and go touch this new line over here. That's what I see happening before we have these warrants get awarded to everyone who holds shares. Me, myself, I'm getting 135 warrants. I don't know how much money that is, but I'm sure it's going to be plenty of it. If I want to exercise, it's going to be around like $3,700 that I would have to get. But this thick-ass green line down here, thick ass. Yes, this J-Lo line down here, 2165, that is your 500-day moving average. So we have plenty of support. Just so happens, guys, I want to make this very clear. The support is equal to our trend line. So there's no way. I've been here for a long time. We're not going under that 500-day moving average. If you look at it, when we were trading, you had this level that was against you. We had this downward trend because 500-day moving average was way up here. We couldn't hold it anymore. We were below it. We were below it. So now, how do you recover? How do you recover? Well, it takes a lot of days, maybe 2 years to invest, but now you're there. Now we're ready to run sideways. So you wonder, has this ever happened before? Again, have we ever ran with the, right here, you see it, with that average before? Of course we have. Of course we have. When you're running and it's your pressure on the top, it pushes you down. But right over here is what I want to show you. Right here, you see it? This is your 500-day moving average. Your 500-day moving average is now your support, okay? It's now your support. And when it's your support, look at your upside. Look at your upside run. Now you have this golden cross that forms, okay? Golden cross forms, now your support. You touched it, you tested it. That's consolidation over 2 years of support. So you go all the way down here from $3.50, all the way up to $10.34. A 300% move, guys. 300% move. Okay, let's go ahead and look at that idea again. We now traded for 200 days, 500 days at the average. The average is now our support. Here it comes like a torpedo. Comes in. We now have this idea that, hey, if this is our support, let's start going up. And as your 500-day moving average goes up, remember, people have been invested in this company for 2 years. They're going to want to see their increases on their investment, and it's going to scale up and to the right. I've been saying it for years, and here it is. So you're going to be able to use this 200-day moving average as we keep above that $21 average, $21.65 to be exact. We will be pushing up, and it's going to be an easy groove. Now, go to the weekly. This is the weekly right here. When we actually fell past it, we fell past it in the past, okay? That's when you knew, hey, this is your bottom. This is crazy. We got to go get this shit. This is a wild-ass run right here. We tested it. And they tested again, and we broke through. Do you know what happens the last time we broke through on that average? Roaring Kitty came back. Roaring Kitty said, I got to buy everything. And boom, doubled in, and he made over $250 million. Now, look at it right now. We're not falling through this thing. We're nowhere near. We're going to keep cruising. We're going to be carousing for a bruising. That's what we're going to be doing. I don't know if you guys watch Disney. Maybe it's just me. Am I the only one who watches Disney? We'll be cruising through it, though. Plenty to look at. I'll keep using it. I'll keep looking at it. I'll look at it for you. Don't worry, guys. I have a good feeling about this average right here. I really do. I don't know what I just moved. I just moved something. I should lock them in. I never lock them in. I gotta lock them in. I could lock them. Every single one I know that's the right average. Boom. Yeah, that's the right angle. So that's GameStop right now on the daily, weekly, all the good shit. We held the 50-day moving average. We held the 200-day moving average, and we'll be busted back up real soon. Here's 1 hour. 1 hour, same thing. We hit the golden cross on the 1 hour. Boom. Hey, I just want to say something. If you guys don't think that we know what the hell we're talking about in this investment when it comes down to this, I'm going to explain something to you. What's his name? Is it Pro Market Stocks or something like that? Stock Market Pro? I don't know your name, bro. The guy who says I need Ozempic and the guy who said I need Rogaine. Hey, listen, all right? I know you're a fairy. I know you think you're tough, and you're not. But listen. My Little Pony. I know. Check this out. When it crossed over on the 1 hour, I want to know what made you think in your head, like, because you're very ignorant, why you thought you should go ahead and short it at 24.50. You said I started shorting it at 24.50, and you're still short. You're holding the short position. Why don't you know about logarithmic trading and how it actually works? Like, this is a golden cross. And our stock is consolidated. It's like you haven't even been in this stock for 4 years. You're talking about it as if you know movements. And I've always told you guys this about TA. This damn chart doesn't show you who's the CEO. This chart doesn't show you what's the new game being released to Switch 2. It doesn't show you any of that. It doesn't show you PSA graded cards. It doesn't show you anything. It's just a chart, man. It's like looking up at the sky and going, oh, look, this astrology shit. These stars appear. Hey, whenever I can see Orion's belt, that means I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Ass to belt. That's what that's the type of TA you should be doing there, Stock Market Pro. Look up at the stars. You have a better chance than looking at the chart of GameStop and telling you where it's gonna go. Because this company is infinitely more profitable than it was way over there. Investors are coming in by the truckload. We're talking about institutional investing increased 100% over the last 12 months. Where were you? Where in the world is Stock Market Pros? Yeah. Are you streaming somewhere else? Yes, Jess. I'm on YouTube, but I see you. Okay. Anybody? That guy, Pro Stock Markets, is the biggest tool I've ever listened to, and I like listening to him just because he's so clueless. Oh, bro, you can't give people views. I don't give Tony De Niro a view. I don't give Jackie a view. I don't give PPCs a view. I didn't give Jeremy a view anymore. I watched Jeremy for one video. I was like, all right, Jeremy, you're genuine. You're cool. We'll figure it out. After that, I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. I see that light. I see it the minute you do it. And guess what? And my boy, Jay doesn't agree with me. Jay's like, nah, Marantz, come on. Hey, Jay, I'm going to remind you of something, okay, Jay? Jay's my right-hand man. Jay, if you guys do not know Jay in the crowd, Jay is the biggest contributor to this show, period. When I have a trial and tribulation in life, I call Almo and I call Jay on the phone directly. Jay, I got to talk to you, man. Boom. Ask him. I called him yesterday. I called Almo, but he changed his number. I mean, what kind of friend is that? Almo calls me, says, hey, bro, I'm going to change my number. I'm going to get a new phone. I said, okay, cool. He did tell me. He called me and told me. Do you think he called me and told me the new number? No. What kind of shit is that? So when I called him on Friday, I was like, yo, bro, you guys saw me. I was about in tears on the stream on Friday. I couldn't even get my thoughts together. I had to leave. I had to go cry in the room by myself like a real man. I'm a ninja. I bruise on the inside. Oh, why are you going to call me now, bro? I'm on live on TikTok. I got the phone. Hang it up. I got it. There's Almo calling me. All right, bro, I got you. I ain't picking that shit up. It says Texas. That's what it says. I'm not picking it up, bro. I'm live on TikTok. Somebody's watching me on TikTok. Hang the damn phone. This dude, I'm not picking up. Look at this shit. He won't hang up. I'm gonna hang up for you. Bro, I'm gonna hang this shit up. Bro, if you don't stop, you called me 3 times. Stop it. Okay, I'm trying to focus here. Sorry. Religious Muffin, what's up, bro? My man. Hey, Religious Muffin, I'm gonna do you a favor, Religious, okay? Religious Muffin. How do I Religious Muffin, I want to make you a moderator on that. Religious Muffin is in my Discord. Religious Muffin he's a cool ass dude, okay? There you go, Religious. If we get any bullshit in the chat, Religious, you can mute him and block him. I'm good with that. But you've been my dude for years on YouTube, and I'm good, man. Don't even sweat it. All right, anyway, back to my real crew over here. Not that you're not my real crew, but my real crew. I'm out of breath, bro. This guy, I'm frustrated with Almo right now. I was telling you the story, though. Yeah, so Jay. Me and Jay, we don't agree on shit sometimes, which is normal. I don't know if you guys ever talked to a brother or a sister before, and if they're real close to you, they're tight with you, you might not get along with every idea. You might not agree on everything. That just means you're real. I don't need a bunch of yes men. You know, a good indicator of like who you are as being successful or not is if you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you're the most successful person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You just have to know that you're the sum of the people you surround yourself with. So, and I always try to get smart people around me. I always try to be in the right rooms and do that. But so for Jay and I didn't agree for a long time on Jackie. And I was like, nah, bro, I see past it all. He's like, yeah, I hear you, but he does say good things for GameStop. He does support it. And I was like, nah. I was like, nah. Because I judge you the minute I meet you. First impressions are everything to me. They're everything to me. And it's not like, oh, you'll change, you'll learn to love them. No. I want to surround myself with people that I emulate, that I want to be around. Remember, I want positive people around me. I want people that cheer. Bro, if we go to a concert and you're not up singing and dancing and clapping and you're just right there like this, I don't want to be around you. Who the fuck is this? If we go to see a comedy show and you can't laugh at yourself or at the jokes, get them out of here. If we're at a movie and you can't stay quiet during the movie, yeah, you might be me. I don't know. I don't go to movies, so I don't know if I ever stay quiet. I haven't. The last time I went to a movie, boom. Give Jeremy a break for a bit, bro. He does finance for a living. We'll see. No, I will not. No. Oh man, you did, Jay, after the fact. But listen, Jay, I can't because I'm a financial advisor, but this is not financial advice. And then to promote your website where you're asking everyone to go ahead. And when somebody asked him, what's your position? He said, oh, we got 7 figures because I have so many investors invested in the GameStop. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? We're not asking you about who you invest or who you manage or what you do. I don't even know if it's legal. for that to make that comment. I'm being dead serious with you. If that's really who you are, that's really what you're about. Is it even legal for you to say that? Because now we're doing this whole thing where, hey, I need more people to go ahead and watch me. You're playing a fine fucking line. How do you think they got to Roy and Kitty? The same way. Roy and Kitty says, I'm an educator. I'm this, I'm that. These are just videos for education. That's what I do. No, they'll mold it and they'll bend it a different way. That's why I don't want to be in those circles. You can't. You can't. And then you're going to tell me it's completely organic? It's not organic. I pushed everything over there because I'm thinking, hey, this guy's on the up and up. I watch it. Sure. Then I see it. I see the template. It's the same template as everybody else. Here's my website. Here's my stuff. Here's what I sell. Here's what I do. And here's how I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going to get with it. I'm just not. So you guys can, to each his own. You can watch it. You can enjoy it. You guys can get all the info you want. I can't sit there for an hour and watch somebody talk slow as fuck and then do what? Try to bend it his way. Nah, I already know, dude. You guys don't know about it. You guys don't know about the deals I passed up. You guys have no, and I only tell you this respectfully because you guys are not in these circles, man. I'm going to tell you something, all right? I got offered deals. And you know what these deals say? These deals say shit like this. Well, you know, when GameStop finally does take off and your whole following and because you're going to have the brand right next to you, blah, blah, then we'll all start talking about another investment after that. And I'm like, what? The fuck you say to me? Nah, I'm good, bro. I don't need this. I don't need it that way. My mods know. The mods of the channel know. I've been offered so much shit, board of director seats, talk on this, talk on that, partnerships for this, all to get to you guys. You guys don't get it. I'm going to be this way. So if you don't think I'm protecting you, you're out of your damn mind. I could have took the bag years ago, months ago, weeks ago, days ago. And I don't. And I won't. Contributors to this show, it's kind of like whenever you're doing something like a movement together, and people go, well, what about, what do you think I'm doing? What do you think I do? I give everything I can to GameStop. Every dollar I can afford, every share I have, every card I give away. We're going to be doing another on site right now. My wife and I just can't do it this weekend because it's her birthday, but next weekend's not. And guess what? You know what? Even tomorrow, I think we're doing a video tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to go to where are we going, babe? Where are we going? What did we say we're going to go? We're going wine country. I know to Temecula. We're going to go to Temecula tomorrow. So I'm going to find a way to take Pokemon cards and GameStop merch and everything with me. I'm going to do a damn video. Real Rants. Yeah, Kingsbury. What's up, bro? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you and your bro. Two good-ass people. Private company, that's totally different. Oh, man, never mind, bro. No, Jay. You can, I won't. Keats Company fired him for holding it while he's pressuring him from big players in private equity, big shorts, too. IMO. Yeah, it's okay. I've battled them, too. I just know. Jay, I love you, bro. You know I respect you. You know you and I we have a whole different relationship than a lot of other people. And I'm just telling you right now. Remember me. Remember this moment. I promise you. I know people. I might not know a lot of things. I know people. I know when I meet them. I know when I see them. And it might that might sound self-serving, but you tell me. You tell me the last time I got one wrong about a person. And how many people have I dealt with? How many people have I interviewed? How many people have I interacted with? Hundreds about GameStop. Hundreds about YouTube. Thousands about GameStop. It was crazy. Nah, I'm good, bro. Don't forget to bring a towel. What do you mean bring a towel? Old City Temecula ice cream store. Okay. I don't know. We're going to like a winery. We're going to a nightclub. It's like an R&B brunch thing. The DJs are invited us. Like they want us dancing. They want it all, bros. Well, they're going to get it all. And every time I go out of town, I always wear my GameStop Marantz Rantz shirts, whatever I'm doing. I don't care. My wife's always like, really? Really? Can you imagine my wife? She like, babe. I was like, what? I'm wearing this shit, bro. It's me. This is my company. What do you want me to do? One brick at a time. I might just wear a hoodie and a hat. I don't have hats. I don't sell hats, but the Haas does. BeTheHaas.com. Check them out. What do I need a towel for? I don't understand. Don't forget to bring a towel. Ever considered the possibility that Kirk's assassination is fake? Critical thinker. You know, I haven't seen you, critical thinker, since you told me that the earth is flat. And I'm still trying to figure out why people care if it's a sphere. Like it's all about terminology at this point. Like, it kills me. I seen the debates Charlie was dealing with, and I'm just like, really? I could have killed all these guys with nuance, but they were like, well, what is a woman? Well, a woman is a generated blah blah. I'm like, fuck the fuck. Well, a woman is somebody. Well, you can wear makeup and you can wear a wig and you can wear a dress and you might find yourself as being a woman. And I was like, huh? The fuck am I listening to? No, you're talking about female and male. That would be reproductive organs. That would be sex, not gender. And I'm just like, what? What world am I living in? What world? I can't. So anyway, it's crazy, bro. Oh, you're sick? You're a joke? Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, I didn't know I don't know. Maybe I'll listen to it back. I think Kirk's assassination is fake. No. But there are some things that don't match. Do you feel the earth? Here we go. Dude, I tell you, I remember this dude. Isn't it crazy that I remember this guy from 3 to 4 years ago in the chat? This guy hasn't been here in 3 or 4 years. He has not talked in this chat for 3 or 4 years, and I remember him. Damn, that's crazy. Oh, my God, that kills me right there. Shit. Says, I would like to live in a world that has curves on it. Marantz, what are your thoughts on getting long-duration calls to exercise in the future for maximizing warrants? Jacob, I don't have any thoughts on that. None. There, is that fine? Like, what are these guys doing, dude? What are they doing? So, a couple of things. If you've been living the right way for a long time, like us GameStop investors have, us few the proud GameStop investors, we've been buying shares for 4.5 years, Jacob. Not options, not calls that expire out of the money every damn other month. Like, I don't understand how people have this type of money to spend and or to gamble. But anyway, some people understand. Like, I'm a firm believer. Keith Gill knows the cycle, knows the ins and outs of options to the point where this guy can't lose. Apparently, he's a billionaire. And not figuratively. He literally is a billionaire because he has $250, $300 million worth of GameStop shares. And that's at a $23 cost average. What the hell? Like, do you know where it's going? He does. Everybody does. But we've all been buying shares for so long. And now we have these options, these actual warrants that are going to come to you that have a strike price of $32. So what long-dated calls would I be buying? Aside from the ones that I'm going to be given and I can exercise. It'd be more prudent to exercise the warrants that I'm being given. 1, it increases ownership. 2, it helps out GameStop. And I think about all of this. And 3, they can infinitely go up in value based off of your call contract. What long dated? I'm getting a free warrant for a year, 13 months. I'm going to get more exposure to GameStop if I actually buy the warrant than I would of a long dated call that could expire worthless. When I know this warrant is something that essentially GameStop's not giving it out at 32 because it's not going to get exercised, or the stock isn't going to get there. I think that's the part that everybody's like forgetting right now. You're literally going to get $3 more billion of market cap out of this. You're going to get there to the $32 threshold. Now that's going to be it's going to inherently make it the bottom. Okay. So what it'll do, everyone's going to increase their ownership. Everyone's going to have a new cost average. The water's going to rise. Okay. Water will rise. Now, I don't know about exercising early versus not. I don't really care about any of that. I care about the fact that they're willing to print out X amount of shares to increase their float, and they're going to see what the demand is for that. And how do you do that? You spike the price. You do something, or you announce something, or you know something, and or the results of earnings does this for you, that you spike the price. So you spike the price of GameStop all the way up to $50 a share. I'm just saying. We've been there before. So when you get there, now everybody's warrants, you got $18 plus. Yeah, $18 plus the strike price. And so you're going to make the difference and or get the value out of the difference. And even though the stock is at 50, you're going to create price action. I don't think people really know this part. But the price action on a FOMO crowd is one thing, right? They're like, yeah, we're creating all these shares, we're doing those. But now GameStop doesn't have to dilute the float on the next run up. They're going to generate profits on a valuation of $30 billion for the company. But the stock price is going to go up because people are going to be exercising with those shares and then in turn selling them for higher value because there's a lot of dumb investors that would sell those shares that they exercise. I exercise at 32. I'm going to sell it. Oh, okay. I'm going to pocket that 18. Did you hear, Jackie? It was like the most ignorant thing you've ever heard in your life. It's like, oh, I'm going to sell this to execute this. This is the way inexperienced investors think. But I think GameStop, you spike that price, you take it all the way to the top, then what? Now you have an increased float, you have increased valuation trading, and everyone feels like they got this new floor elevated. We're now all at 32. I exercise at 32, so I actually made money and I'm profitable, but the stock price is in the 50s and 60s. That's where it's going to be anyway. That's where we're trading. We have all this new liquidity outside of just this, hey, we're 25, we're sideways. Can you stick me in the Discord? I mean, we can, Ed. Let me get it up for you really quick. And then anybody wants to talk, you can come talk. It's fine. I know you guys probably thought the show was over earlier when I played the music and I was on my way out, but I'm still here. So let me pin this for you. Jackie's girlfriend is the alpha. Absolutely. Click the link. Tell me what you think. So nobody thinks this way, right? Nobody thinks the way I'm talking right now because they're all thinking short term. Like you see these other pumper channels, like Tony De Niro, the other pumper channels. They're not thinking my way because they're all thinking with different. They're all thinking out of a different lens. One, there's two sides to this trade, and there's really not. There's only one. There is not a counter side to this trade. I will explain that to you all. And this is just for narratives, and this is just for educational purposes. There is no short side to GameStop. A short seller on GameStop is a potential long buyer somewhere down the road because they have to close their shorts. They have to. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Those institutional shorts, those traditional shorts, the legacy shorts, they have to close and go long. You have to turn and run with the crowd eventually because it's going to outpace you. It's called infinite risk, right? A la our boy, Cosmic Lightning Warrior. But there's no doubt in your mind that it's going to run the other way because every quarter, every announcement, every dollar deployed is another dollar leaving your pockets, short sellers. So you guys are going to close and run with us. And when they close and run with us, that's when it runs away and you can't make it back. Let me pin this for. Oh, it's pinned. Good. You can join the chat right there and or join the Discord. TA for traders who is trading at these lows. Nobody, Patrick. They could never. It's suicide at this point. I don't want to chat live. I just want to be in the Discord group. Well, good. Go click on the link, and then you can get around the whole Discord channel. You can leave. You can leave the chat right when you get in there. I just gave you a link to the Discord, or check the description of the video. It's Discord for free there. Yeah, Jess, no problem. We're there for you. There you go. For you. Look at that. Look at that. Ed, how you doing, bro? You want to talk, Ed? Ed, how you doing?
I'm in work at the moment, so no, I can't really talk at the moment, but I just want to be in the game.
Yeah, enjoy it, man. I'll see you around, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers.
No worries. Talk to you soon. Bye.
See you around, bro.
Cheers. No worries. Talk to you soon. Bye.
See you around. That's a good kid right there. Hey, Ed, do you know how to leave the voice chat channel? There you go. Okay, sounds like a damn canyon. Just echo, 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 echo. Let's have it go, Marantz. 8 minutes behind, but always dub with the people. Yeah. Marantz, in support of my company, I plan to exercise my warrants, even if the price does not hit 31. Am I crazy? No, I don't know. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's allowed. I don't know a lot of things about these warrants. I know how a warrant works, like I guess the basic modes of it. I knew it before it ever got announced, whatever the hell it was. I didn't have to figure it out, Jackie. But I won't know exactly what's going to happen in that case. But I think GameStop is going to run. I think it's going to run. I think it's going to run far. I think they're going to get the most money out of it. At 32, they give themselves a way to make $11 billion, or finish up with $11 billion on the sheet. Now, obviously, have plans to get there, but it's going to give you back a lot. You know what's going to happen is if it runs to 50 and people start exercising at 32, what that's going to do is it's going to trigger more investors to champion what GameStop does, to be like, you know what? They gave us something. It was up to you to get it, but they gave us something. They gave us something better than, better than a dividend, better than or a cash dividend, I should say. They gave you something, and it's all up to you. So if I buy calls for October 26th and exercise them, then I make the income will not help with obtaining warrants in the long run. I guess we wait for the stock to fly, then choose to exercise the warrants at 32, where we pay with our cash for them, or we can just sell the warrants for 32 times the amount of the shares. 32 plus that amount of shares. Okay, so hold on. Couple of different ways to do this. I saw this, guys. I explained this to you guys. This price runs up to $50. You're not going to exercise with your cash. If that were the case, you wouldn't do it that way. You would sell shares. You would sell shares to get an unsettled X amount of dollars to then exercise all your warrants at 32. You end up having $18 left over per share that you exercise. That's it. That's all it is. Or however it may be. You don't have to sell as many. I had used the example of 100 shares. Right? If you had 100 shares that you were going to execute at $32 a piece, that means you need 3,200. Okay, good. So how many would you have to sell at 50? Right? That's what I told you. How many would you have to sell? You'd probably have to sell 60 plus another 4 would be 64 shares. So you got to sell 64 shares, get that money, and go ahead and exercise the 100 shares. So you'd probably make around, the equivalent would be 36 share net profit. That's a good amount of money, I guess. It's awesome. It's at $50 right now, at the case. But I'm not going to nickel and dime it that way. The whole idea of selling shares and then getting value for them is because your shares are first in, first out. Okay? FIFO, whatever. First in, first out. Or first in, last out. I'm so sorry. FILO. So the first shares that you bought originally for GameStop X amount of years ago, those are the ones that they will sell. They will not be selling the ones that you just bought last week. That's the way markets work. Your market makes. I know a lot of you guys never sold shares before. Because I just know this because the shares I'm selling of Costco stock are my original ones that I bought years ago. So as I sell them, there's a whole tax implication. How much money did you make? What's taxable? Well, it's a long share. So then here you go. You can list on it. It's things like that. Okay. That's actually smart, sell enough shares to make back the money at 32. Nice. Well, that's the whole point. That's why I told you when Jackie was talking that bullshit the other day, it blew my fucking mind. It blew my mind, dude. Look, you're going to get $10,000. You're going to buy all the shares at 50. You're going to do it this, and you're going to... And I was like, hey, you're going to exercise. And then when you exercise with that money that you paid for them, you're then going to sell them and keep the difference. And then now you can buy back the original shares, and then you keep the difference. And I was just like, what the hell is he talking about? What's he saying? You're gonna exercise and then sell? Never. You sell then exercise. There's a big difference. You exercise then sell, you're an idiot. You're gonna pay an additional 20% in taxes, easy. You sell then exercise, it's totally different. Well, the hell do I know? Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then we shouldn't be investing and we shouldn't be talking. Is that clear? Clear? Okay. Back to the charts. That's where I was before I got rudely interrupted by Jay. Jay was interrupting me. Come on, man. Give the guy a chance, bro. Come on. You can't do that, Marantz. You got to give people chances, bro. What? I see a little crackhead running across the street. I'm like, hey, yo, baby. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. The old baby on the corner trick, huh? Yeah, you know what he's doing. Down here just selling. All right, so here's GameStop, right? Watch this. We were going to talk about I was on the 4 hour, wasn't I? I was making fun of that guy. That guy, stock market, not so pro. He, not pro stock markets. He's like, yeah, I shorted the stock. I shorted 24. Really? Really? Look at this shit. I mean, where does it? Where do we top out at? What are we doing here? Look at this. We test. We just keep testing. Boom. Was that the bottom right there? Yeah. So I'm willing to bet bottom dollar Monday, Tuesday of next week. We start testing up here at the 26. Boom. We break out probably 28, 29. We'll probably start going next week. We break out of here. We're going to break out of here and start testing some shit up here. That's what I'm guessing. Go sideways, boom, 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 and then we'll be in this world right here. We'll be in this world. But I mean, up until October? Because October comes and you could break out of this. Bro, if October really triggers, hold on, I got to look at this. I got to see this. Hold on. I got to make sure I'm looking at this right. So October can break. We can get out of this trend. Boom, boom, go test. And October could be the other end of this one. Whoa. Whoa. So October, guys, whoa. Okay. Wah. That bullshit ass. Bros, can I tell you guys something? I'm serious about Budweiser and that stupid ass commercial. I hated that shit so much when I was growing up. Blah! And I was like, shut up. The dumbest shit I ever saw in my life. I just, I used to have this friend of mine. His dad used to do that shit. Blah! This Marantz. What about exercise warrants with just plain old cash via selling shares with first in, first out? Well, versus selling shares with first in, first out. Yeah, so I want to establish this right now, Swirty. I will not be selling any shares to exercise warrants. Me personally. I will not. I don't need to nickel and dime it that way. If I exercise my warrants, I will tell you this too. I will not be exercising warrants within the first 6 months. Like, no time soon. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to see what happens. Because if the stock up and runs, if the stock runs out of control to $60, I don't have to exercise it. I can literally just go in there and sell the warrant. It's going to be the price of the stock. There's going to be 32 plus whatever the price of the stock is. So if it were to run to $60, someone's literally going to pay me $28 for the stock. For the warrant, I mean, itself. That's the difference there. So, or maybe it's a little less. Maybe I got to give them some type of value. But I'm going to get $25? Okay, give me some money. Give me some money then. And I'll take the free money off the table, but somebody's going to go get these. They're going to sit on warrants. More than likely, they're going to exercise them. You would hope. You would hope they exercise to get the difference. But they're not going to. Maybe it's not the net value. Maybe it's not flat. Maybe it's, hey, you know what? We're going to give you something different. Maybe the warrant's going to be worth $20, right? Maybe it's going to be worth 15 on top of the stock price. You got to give them some incentive to buy it and exercise, because you got to have the capital exercise too. So just a lot of people looking for ways to nickel and dime it. For me, I don't know. I'm just going to sit there and wait. I'm going to sit there and wait. Maybe I want the exposure. Maybe I don't. I mean, I just don't know. I've never been in this position before. But if I had cash, shit, 32? I'm exercising all day at 32. If I have cash. Selling shares, it's just out of the question for me. But if I got cash, all day, bro. All day. Michael Venuti, how are you doing? Trove, absolutely. My last day in work is Tuesday. Wednesday the 1st would be perfect. Man, let me tell you something, Trove. My brother Trove, man. I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah. I can't tell you, you know, if I have my own spiritual awakenings, I have my own way of dealing with shit. And I feel like God talks to me about my life, obviously. Probably talks to you too about yours. But it can't just be us. It can't just be, hey, it's all going to work out because, it just does. No. I told you, I believe in miracles. I believe in a higher spirit because it's happened to me. It happened to me when I was in the snow and I had no money. I told you guys a story. I was walking literally in the snow with no money, no food. I had negative dollars in my bank account, and my employer didn't know that I was supposed to have per diem. I worked for the United States Army at the time, active duty, and I had no money. And they were like, hey, you need to go pay for the hotel that we're actually sending to you for TDY. I had no idea. I was like, really? And so I went ahead and paid for the flight myself, and I had negative dollars to pay for this hotel. I thought they booked the room. I didn't know I booked the room. And they gave me a cash advance. They said the money will be there in the morning. Well, I had negative $40 in my bank account, and I have no money to eat, and I have nothing. I'm not man enough nor experienced enough to ask the chaplain for money for food. I didn't know what to do, and I was starving. And they got me a hotel room, and I was walking from the chaplain to the hotel room. And as I was walking in the snow in the middle of Missouri, St. Roberts, Missouri, I'll never forget this, Fort Leonard Wood, I saw a $20 bill in the snow covered in dirt. Covered black. It was black and dirty from the snow. Snow is dirty, by the way, guys. Snow is dirty, and so is rain. But I grabbed it. It was frozen. My hands were frozen. I went to the bathroom and I cleaned it completely with hot water. I didn't want to rip it, and I was like dampening it off, and I tried to dry it off. It felt fake after I was done, and I was so nervous, and I was like, fuck, man. And I was so thankful, though. I was crying. And I was like, I found $20 on the floor. I've never found $20 on the floor, like, ever in my life. And here it is. And I went to the PX, and there was a Charlie's, and I ordered the biggest Philly cheesesteak and the drinks and the fries, and I gave that $20 bill, and I was like trying to distract them. Hey, what's going on, man? I ain't from here, bro. Here you go. Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. I was hoping they weren't gonna look at the 20. No, that guy just took the 20, put it in the machine. Here you go, boom. And I sat there and I drank 3 cups of soda, and I never drink soda back then because you're in the Army, you don't drink soda. You're always working out and shit. And I just remember my life changed that night, because if you didn't believe in God then, there's no way. There's no way. It was Jesus. It was God. It was President. It was angels. It was guardian angels. It was everything. I ate that night, and I got through my night. And by the next day, I had money in my account, and I survived. So that was my story about God and about miracles. But then, the next thing was when my wife lost her job. And I was scrambling, and I left work in the middle of work because they said, hey, you got 3 days. You got 3 days to move out, because, we live on property and we're living for free. And my wife's like, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? And I looked in the paper. I looked online, and I saw an ad for a house or a condo to rent, 3-bedroom condo for $1,300. And in Palm Desert, it was like the most amazing thing ever. And we go, and I'm like, we're going to go right now. There was no pictures. There was nothing. Just a number I called, and I went and saw the guy. And my wife and I walked in there. It was filthy. It was disgusting. And I go, we'll take it. We need something. We need it. And my wife is like, what are you talking about? This thing's gross. I go, no, baby, listen, I'm construction. I know, because he says, I'm going to get it cleaned. We're going to do this. I was like, go. He goes, we're going to do it by tomorrow. I said, okay, I'll take it. Let's go. But I already knew, because I've been to so many job sites, and you see so many houses that are filthy. And then, once they send in the cleaners and everybody, it gets amazing. I go, babe, look at this. The bones are good. You're crazy. Look at the location. We got to have it. Ended up being the best location ever. Ended up being the best place we ever lived, next to the house we currently live in. And all that happened. And to have money to do it, we didn't have the money. Grandma Nina, I mean, you had an angel over us. And that's just it, man. That's life, I know none of you guys know this, but she's the biggest Republican. I know that there, maybe these Democrats are still collecting unemployment or Social Security on her name, or maybe they're still voting in her name. But if you live in California, you understand what I'm saying. But that woman's not going to be selling her GameStop shares. So she died an angel, and she died with her GameStop shares, and that's Grandma Nina. So shout out to her. But yeah, anyway, there's angels out there, guys. There's miracles out there every day. And if you don't believe in it, just look around you. I'm glad I found this channel. Thank you, Trove. The universe is whispering. Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know what it means to not have those golden handcuffs that they were talking about? That meant a lot to me, because, and my wife felt the same way. She's like, no, you're built for something different. She's like, you did great. You that was your career. You did amazing. What's the next thing? And I was like, you're right. You're right. All right. But those careers and those experiences always mold you for the next one, and you get to take it with you. It was crazy. My son and I were shopping, and we were at one of these grocery stores. I want to say it was Aldi or something, but we're at a grocery store. Winco. And we walked by this refrigeration thing. It was like where they store all the cold drinks. And I was like, no. It was Walmart. It was Walmart because they have a McDonald's in there. Okay, so here's what happened. We're at Walmart. Walk by. I'm never shopping at Walmart. That's what I told everybody. I'm never shopping at Walmart. The hell with these bros. Blah, 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 right? Well, I had to because I'm broke right now. I was like, all right, I'm going to Walmart. And Arizona iced tea, the cans right here. Look at this. Arizona. 68 cents at Walmart right now. Okay, 68 cents. So I loaded up. We walked by the refrigeration thing. There's like a refrigeration thing that holds cold drinks. And I hear the fan on the cooler on the inside, the fan, and it's going just like that. And I go, hey, son. He's like, yeah. I go, you hear that noise? And he's like, no, what noise? I go, that. He goes, oh, yeah, I hear it. I go, you know what that is? And he's like, no. I said, that's the fan. It's hitting water. And he was like, Dad, how do you know? I said, well, because the actual coils inside, they keep it cold, and they generate water, and it has to leak out. But when the track gets plugged or clogged, you have to you then start retaining water, and as a level, it gets so high that the fan starts hitting the water, and you hear it, so you know it needs to get serviced. And he was like, how the hell do you know that? I go, well, I've had to replace plenty of fans. I was in charge of like $19 million worth of refrigerated product every day. I know what they sound like. And he was like, that's crazy, Dad. He's like, yeah, what if you're wrong? I said, I'm not wrong. I know exactly what it is. I go, I promise you that's what's happening right now. I said, but I will tell you something. You'll never hear it and you'll never know it if you haven't done it. I go, but you're walking around this world with AirPods in. So you're not aware of your surroundings. You don't get to hear it. You don't get to feel it. You don't know when machines are running wrong. You don't know when people are asking questions. You don't know when traffic's coming. You don't know ambulance might be coming. You don't know the world you're in because you're closed in. And he looked at me and he said, but I'm with you. I said, what the hell does that mean? He goes, you pay attention for me. I'm out. I'm like, man, this is the world. This is the generation we're dealing with. And that's life, bros. Sergio asked a lucky question. Sergio said he's true diamond-handed, which he is. And Sergio asked me, am I okay with what happened yesterday? Sergio, that's one I choose to keep to myself in a way, but I am okay. It was a big thing that happened, much bigger than you could imagine, with an impact on my life. But I'm okay. Excuse me. I'm going to be okay. But it's something that we were trying to do as a family, business-wise. All the right reasons. Everything lined up. Everything was perfect. And then it wasn't. And those are times where you test your faith. Like, it really tested my faith yesterday. My faith was tested for the moment because I was trying to find why that happened. How could it happen? And if you ever know me, I don't react. I'm not just cussing in the phone. I'm not reacting, not going crazy. I'll say, oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. And that's it. That's me. Because you have to find the deeper meaning behind things. The alternate reasoning. And first thing I do is I call my wife. I called my wife. I told her the outcome. She said, okay. All you got to do is pray. You'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll be okay. I said, yes, ma'am. All right, let's do something different. and I have a plan. I have a plan, and my plan just got averted. But it's like God's talking to me, where He's saying, "Hey, Marantz, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to do this." And it was gonna be a rough going for a lot of aspects of my life. But the benefits of everything is cannot be money. Okay, I want to make that very clear. If you're chasing after a dollar and you start making decisions based off of that, you're going to find out that that might not be your calling and it might not be your reasoning. You'll be reminded real quick. You'll be brought back to reality. You know, they always say like good times are fleeting or this is, good. This too shall pass, right? Everybody always thinks it's like a biblical thing. It's not biblical, but this too shall pass is even the good times might pass. And you have to be aware of that, and you have to find a way to get better, to keep grinding towards what you need or what you want to do. And in the greatest times, my greatest times that I've had over the last 20 years, last 18 years being with my wife, I judge my life based off of my relationship. What relationship was I in during that time frame? I don't judge my life based off of what job I had. Right. So some people will say, well, what was your career like when you were in the Army? Or what was your career like when you were working for Gannett? And what were you like when you were working for Costco? Like, that's not how I don't judge my life based off of that, because the job's not my identity. I judge my life based off of who my partner is. What was it like when you were with your high school sweetheart? What was it like when you were with your first wife? What was it like with your second wife? That's how I judge my life, because I might go through a lot with one person and still enjoy the journey. That's where I'm at right now. My wife is so uplifting and so positive. It's weird for me, because just a year ago she was the optimistic one, the pessimistic one. Well, what are we going to do now? Well, what's going to happen? Well, look at me. And she might even embody that fear, right, of the unknown. I'm the total opposite. I'm always positive. I'm always like, we're going to figure this out. We're going to do this. I got you. I got your back. Boom, boom, boom. Well, now here's my moment. Here's my moment of the unknown. Here's my moment. How do I react? And I have to talk myself through it. I'm ironing last night and I'm talking to myself. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, baby, I'm sorry. I'm just talking. I'm like, okay, Marantz, you got this. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Like, I literally talk to myself like that. And she's like, you're crazy. I'm like, I might be, but I got to remind myself why I am where I am and what I'm doing next. And I just do that. I do that for affirmation. Absolutely. So, Sergio, a long roundabout way. Everything is good today, and it will be. And in the words of my wife, because it has to be. That's it. It has to be. I don't know. How are we going to... Is that enough money in the bank account? It's going to have to be. No matter what we choose to do with it, it's going to have to be. Is that enough? Do we have enough food? Do we have enough gas? Do we have enough time? It's going to have to. We have to. That's just it. This is the part of survival. And that's the part you embody. One of those, I don't know which one, but God show us the way. Yeah. Excessive wealth is always a test. It allows you to open doors and make you close doors you may have never closed. The timing is the gift. Awesome way to see life. Yeah. You guys, like, I don't think GameStop, to give you this example, like the parallels with your life, I don't think GameStop could have been who they are today with the partnership with PSA and the profits they've made and the transition and the pivot and the cutting of the company, cutting their footprint and making all those little micro changes to have some massive gains, right? I don't think they have that if they have $9 billion in the bank. I don't think they have that if they're sitting on a mountain full of cash and options in front of them and people, investors to do the thing. You see, you have to force yourself to that survival mode. You have to crunch down your number and your line and your time, because you'll never adapt. You'll never do the thing you're supposed to do if you're never pressured that way. That's the whole golden handcuffs. If you guys are not familiar, if you guys don't know what that meant when he wrote "golden handcuffs are off," is you get tied to a dollar amount. You live your life a certain way based off of your career, based off of what you make, and now you're in that rut. You're in the And did you guys see Dame Dash? Did you guys see him walk into the Breakfast Club? And he tells Charlamagne, he goes, "You make a lot of money." Charlamagne's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, but you ain't seen the world. You're ignorant. You don't see shit." He's like, "You wake up every day at 4 a.m. to be here. And if you got to wake up every day at 4 a.m. to be here in this room, then you missed out on the whole world because you got to be here the next day. You're a slave to the game. You're a slave to the job." So everybody out there, and I'm not telling you to live your life a certain way. There's a sense of responsibility and safety in what you do. I get it. But what did I say earlier in the stream? You have to maximize the gift that God gave you. That's it. Some people don't. Some people never do. I'm probably the best youth coach that I've ever been around since I'm telling you, we coach sports like you wouldn't believe, my dad and I and my brother. And I just went out to the YMCA the other day. We won 2 championships. I wasn't even trying. I was going there after work, 1 hour. None of my kids are on the team. I don't have any kids on the team. But I'm out there just to grind with them, say, "Hey, here we go." I don't coach basketball. I coach football, but no, I don't coach basketball. But I'm just saying, like, you might find out what you're really good at, right? Now, are you going to go do it? Or are you too busy doing what pays? You're a slave to it because you have a high car payment, because you have commitments to vacations. You're going to be in a relationship with somebody? Have that conversation before you guys get married. How many vacations are we taking? How much money is going to be allotted towards these things? I have learned to live my life totally different, to where all of my excess goes to GameStop. My excess goes to a savings account that I need for me. I've never asked my wife for $1. I don't want to say never. I asked her, could we? But she manages the funds, and it's not like you think. It's not like, what kind of man are you? No, what I mean by manages the funds, I have the great conversation with her. Say, "Baby, guess what we're going to do with our money this time?" And she'll be like, "No, we're not. I need to save it. I need this." Because remember, women need that comfort. Women are different than men. Women can't sleep if they don't have comfort, security, and assurance on all facts of life, all walks of life. It's hard for them. They're so uncomfortable that they call their kids, and they might be in another room, or they might be living at their house and be like, "Oh, are you home yet? Are you coming home? Where are you going to be? Who are you with?" That's women. That's not guys. Guys aren't right there like, "Hey, son, where you at? Who you with? Where you coming home?" "Oh, yeah? Okay, cool. All right." I don't call my sons. I don't call my oldest son. I don't go, "Hey, Pop, next taco is on me. Thank you, and I'm sorry whatever happened yesterday on that call." What happened was life, man. I'm okay with it. I don't need the $5 like that. I love you guys, but like a sympathy type thing. Like, I'm not that way. Like, listen, I was offered something, and I thought it was going to be the best move for me and my family. I was offered something bigger than I had ever been offered before in my life. And there's a process to it. And in that process, I got denied. And even though you might get offered a dollar amount, you might get offered a position with the company, you might get offered something you just can't turn down. There's a governing body behind it that says no. At the levels that I'm at, I don't know why, some people in these worlds of like, I remember the Meltdown was talking about it like the other day. They're like, Marantz can't be that big up in his company. Marantz can't be worth that much money. He can't really talk to the board of directors. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, literally, Ron Vacris flying out to talk to you, right? Like, straight to your face. Like, the other ones on the board, Kate and Freights calling your cell phone. I got a cell phone number. I got the second man in command in the whole damn company in my cell phone. Yeah. Why are they calling you? What's going on? There's a path, a career path for you. Certainly if you're worth a lot of money to your company, millions of dollars to a company, and you generate millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you'll see the embodiment and the imprint of what you do elsewhere, outside of just the one footprint you're in, just outside of the LA area, because LA leads everything when it comes to Costco, the company. But you know what? You go and you get a phone call and somebody says, "Hey, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars to manage this company. Here we go. Here's what we want to do." And you say, "Okay, boom." Then there's another phone call that says, "You know what? Here's how we're going to do this. We're we're gonna go ahead and rescind the offer or whatever it may be. You go like, whoa, okay, that changes what you do. So and there's no questioning. Well, why? Was God's timing, God's plan? No, you guys are getting offered things in your life at any given time. Hell, it could be, hey, would you like to dance? Think about it like that, please. Think about life as a dance. And there might be a girl that you really like. And you might think she's beautiful. You might think she's attractive. And you might think, you know what? Here's my shot. I like that song. It's the perfect time of the night. Club's almost closed. I'm going to take my shot. And you walk up and you say, hi, would you like to dance? And she says, I'm just not interested. Thank you. And maybe your whole night's shot. And maybe you lost everything. And what do? You're going to go to the parking lot and try to grab anything you can to take home. And you're like, I struck out, but I ain't striking out. I'm going to take whatever I can at this point. That's your career. That's your career. And instead of waiting for the right time and the right opportunity and the right condition and the right quantity and the right everything, right? Remember we talked about this? Do you want to know what's the difference for me? Try not going to the club. Try not going to go dance to music. Try to meet someone at church, the library. I don't know. That's what I would tell you. Maybe online. Who knows? Try something different. Get out of that comfort zone you're in. And I was using it as a metaphor, guys, the nightclub. Not that that's what it is. Like, just think about it. If you're going for a career that might put you in an environment that's not going to benefit you or your family, what the hell? Why would you take it? Because of dollars? Because of money? Because of notoriety? Because of the title? No. No. Make me a forklift driver. Make me a cab driver. Make me an Uber driver so I have time to go home and do my stuff. Like, pick a job. It's fine. Your job's not your identity. Your family is. All right. That's enough of that bullshit. Time to change. There we go. After price discovery, Marantz becomes one of the most connected persons in the world. Money is meaningless. Yeah. Gopi. Just got to pivot. Matthew. And let me read this right, Matthew, what you're saying. So what you're saying is after GameStop goes up in value, the whole world's going to come over and be like, yo, who's this guy? What the hell's he been talking about for the last 5 years? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, maybe it takes 10 years. Maybe we got to go 5 more years. One more subscriber, one more viewer, one more anything. The monthly looks nice. Yeah. What up? Hey, I know that guy who said what up. That's my boy, bro. That's my boy. You know, guys, love you guys. It's 5:49. I gotta get up. I gotta go do the 3 S's and get ready to take my wife out. Men know what the 3 S's are, so you ladies should know too. But I'm also gonna pray at the same time. Have a great and beautiful day, guys. Bless yourselves. Am I ending the stream for a second time, a third time? I'm trying to think right now. I talked about us having to lose money to make money. That's growth. We got that part. Yeah, of course, bro. Jesus knows, bro. The layered growth is there. We talked about that. We could talk about Sprouts. I didn't talk about Sprouts, but at this point, private equity should start a GoFundMe for Marantz to have his own store. It's the only way they could have silenced him. Tell him to kick rocks. Nah, that won't work. They can't get me to stay quiet. It's never gonna work. You know why they can't get me to be quiet? Because I know who they are. And I know how they operate. And it's like so fake to me. Like, you see a guy in a conference room and he's wearing a nice watch, got on a suit, hair back, looking like he comes from money. Probably pulls up in the Audi. Nice little Audi. I don't even know. Spider Audi. I don't know. A8 or whatever the hell they are. I don't know what the hell Audis look like, but I can imagine this dude walking in, right? He's made for money. He is about money. Here's what I got. I got this venture capitalist fund. I want you to invest in, blah, blah. Got all that shit, right? That's that guy. I'm not worried about him. I'm not going to believe in him. I'm going to think he's full of shit. I'm more worried about the guy who walks in a pair of shorts and sandals and a backwards hat. And he walks into those same conference rooms and he goes, hey, what's up, guys? I got a great idea. That's how I'm operating right now. I'm on that level. To put it in the terms of like coaching and or sports, when you go to the gym and you see dudes playing pickup basketball and the dude's barely coming out the bathroom, he's getting a drink of water at the water fountain. He didn't bring no water with him. Old ass cat, old man in his 40s and 50s and still balling. That's the dude I want on my team. I don't want the 20-year-old light in the ass, always calling for the ball, making terrible passes, shooting when he's triple teamed. Nope. I want the old man who's going to throw passes right on the money, who's been around. He ain't got to move too fast. He knows how to shift his weight around, knows how to box out everything, calls out defensive picks and screens. Old man. You see, when you go to a soccer field and you see that one kid who just walks up and like, I'll play. Opposed to you got a whole team full of dudes with like Messi jerseys on and matching socks and shit. I don't want those dudes. I was in Korea. I saw a dude with no shoes. Dude with no shoes walk out to the soccer field and go, I'll play. Hell, give me him. Give me the little Brazilian. Footless. Kill all you guys. The one white kid on an all-Mexican team, look out for him. He probably speaks Spanish. Or how about all the dudes who actually speak English to you? Hey, how you doing? The minute the game starts, then they start talking in Spanish. You're like, what? Oh, you're about to get rocked. That's investing. Investing is when I walk into those rooms, I'm just letting you know right now, when I walk into those rooms of finance, of running a company, and they start talking, oh, what do you know about adjusted EBITDA? What about the P ratio for this? Hey, they all start talking that bullshit, right? And metrics and measurables, and they all want to talk like you wouldn't know what they're talking about. This is Wall Street. Well, the equities and the difference and the variance and you're going to have a marginal difference here, and and then you're just going to sit there and be like this. What did you say? Well, I was saying that we got to substitute the SG&A from the amount of sales, and we got to get a percentage. Just look at me and go like, yeah, okay, whatever, bro. You don't have to explain to them what you know. You don't have to explain to them that you know what they're talking about. You just keep it in. Keep it in. 40s is the best of both worlds for life. Cherish it. Endgame. What do you mean? You can get the low and the high? I already heard this argument. Somebody said, hey, man, you got the best time to be alive is in your 40s. You make the most money you've ever made. You can get all the 20-year-olds and you can get all the 60-year-olds. I said, excuse me? What? Who the fuck? Who wants 60-year-olds? Oh, who wants 20-year-olds? Oh, God, I don't want to wipe your nose and your ass. No. Can I just stick with mine? This is some bullshit. You guys are crazy. This is nonsense for me. I can't. Oh, my God, I've been there. Reek told me a whole story. I said, he said, bro, you don't know what happened, bro. I was on Tinder. I was like, what? He's like, I put my thing on Tinder, bro. And then this lady hit me up, and I was like, okay, and? Bro, she had one of them one-legged wheelchairs. I said, what do you mean? She had a broken leg. She had a broken ankle. I said, okay, and? He goes, oh, bro, she kept the cast on. I said, no, this is crazy. I can't. Yeah. She was right there telling me the whole time, I never thought I'd have sex again. I can't with this guy. You see? This is why I can't be on the show too long, guys. I'll just start saying some crazy shit. Nah, man. You should have calmed down by your 40s, so you're not thinking with your, oh, yeah, endgame. That's what it was. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because guys don't have midlife crisis around here. At least we both agree it's not going down. The stock ain't going nowhere. Oh, absolutely. A guy named Ghost says the stock's not going anywhere. Hey, Ghost, how much do you want to bet? Or what do you want to do on life? Keep the videos coming. Love it. You convinced me to go all in on GameStop. Sold up on Rocket Lab and SoFi. Well, there you go. Good luck, man. Thank you so much for the love and support of the channel. Really appreciate you guys. Those super chats, like I said, they're going to carry, certainly for Mama for her birthday tonight, because shit, bro, your boy went all out. I went all out last night. I told her, I said, not tonight. I can't do it. I can't do it twice, but we're going. We're going to be going right now. But shit, man. I was in there with all my GameStop money. I was like, come on, babe. Come on, not one more. Yeah. And my wife, when she starts drinking, you can't stop her, right? So you're like, hey, mama. She's like, oh, we'll take 4 shots of that. I said, oh. Huh. I was like, and I love the bartender. She gave us a bucket full of water, like 4 bottles of water. like you know, they bring like buckets of beer. I was like, oh, I'll take the bucket of water. Yeah, let's go. Oh, it saved my life. Oh, I was not having it. Anyway, but I did get my wife breakfast this morning. That was good. Hopefully she ate it. I haven't checked. I've been here with you guys. Well, she didn't wake up till 1. She ain't waking up today. The whole weekend's gone. It's 6 o'clock right now. We got to get ready to go out again. Love you guys. I will do more short videos. I'll keep cranking them out. If you guys want to learn about GameStop, come on hang out. If you want to learn about investing, you know the deal. GameStop's the best investment in the whole United States of America. The best investment, period. Wall Street hasn't told you yet, but when Wall Street actually tells you what I'm telling you, what I've been telling you, you're not going to be able to catch it, and no one else is either. It's going to be a runaway freight train, and this shit's going to keep going up and up and up, and it's going to be like a rocket. And if you loved it at 10, then you loved it at 15. And if you loved it at 15, then you loved it at 20. And if you loved it at 22, then you loved it at 25. If you love it at 25, you're going to love it at 30. And if you love it at 30, here comes 32 in about 3 weeks. And when 32 hits, then it's a fucking moonshot after. And I'm letting you know right now, you're going to see an S&P 500 introduction one day, and you're going to see exactly what this is made of. I already told you, when you have $11 billion to deploy into a fallen star of a market, and it will, this market will correct, and when it falls down to the ground, Charlie Kirk said it right there in his own words, and I played them for you. He said the market is due for a correction, but then you will find it. You will find out where it's headed. You'll find the projection. You'll find the direction. You'll find the trajectory, and you might even find the velocity. And when you find that velocity, just remember where you've been stacking bullets your whole life. It's been right here with GameStop, been right here on Marantz Rantz on YouTube, and we're never going to shy away from it. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I love everybody. Keep cranking it out. Keep grinding. You know what this is. We've been a family for a minute, and you know where to find us, guys. Whenever I start doing research, I'm doing some stuff right now, guys, and this is the third part of the show. I know you guys thought it was over. Hold on. Hey, it's never over. I'm literally living right in front of you. Thank you for the music. Yes, the music is amazing. I know. I listen to like new wave stuff whenever I want to study and stuff. It's like my classical music for me. It's like Beethoven, Mozart, Flock of Seagulls, The Cure, some other shit. You guys probably never ever know those groups. The Church, Orange Juice, New Order, some shit like that. I don't know. You guys got to know all the songs, but if you don't, then you missed out on the mighty lemon drops. Okay. Anyway, but. I will say this to you guys. I just found out a huge piece of news that I have to do research on.